Hello everyone, I am Dr. Harsha and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is about interview, how to face an interview successfully. So, there are 6 simple things to do before you go for an interview. Before we begin, if you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. So, let's get started. So, the first thing we should do is research of the company and job description. Good research will include both company's research and job description and everything in between. This is the best way to start your interview preparation. So, what will include in the research of the company? Let me tell you certain points. So, you can look for company's online presence, company's mission statement, and what you can do is try to connect your personal goal to company's mission. This will give you a clear idea why you should work in that company. Try to use your skill to support or achieve your company's goal. During the interview, whenever possible, try to present your skill in such a way that will support the company to achieve its goal. Understand the role and responsibilities of the job. When you see the job description, think about the questions the interviewer could ask you. What type of questions interviewer will have during the time of interview, and try to answer those questions before the interview. And with this, we are going to land on our second point, that is practice some common interview questions. There are certain questions you should practice before you go for an interview. There is always a possibility that these questions you will have to answer during your interview. So, what type of question? Let's quickly see some examples. Tell me about yourself. What are your hobbies? What is your greatest strength and weakness? Why do you want to work here? Why should we choose you? There are so many candidates. Why should we choose you? What do you know about the company? Now, here, whatever research you have done about the company could help you. Where do you see yourself in next 5 years? Now, these are some basic interview questions. You should already know the answers of these. There are also some high pressure questions which will be asked in the interview. So try to think of few questions that you would be uncomfortable being asked, and then prepare on asked how are you going to answer these questions if asked. For example, what kind of high interview questions could be? For example, if you have a gap on your resume, they may ask you to explain it. Okay, or maybe they ask you why you want to leave your current company, or they may ask you what your salary expectation is. So these kind of questions can create a lot of pressure on anyone if you are not prepared beforehand. And yes, do you have any questions for us? The interviewer will also ask you if you have any question, you can ask us. So in the last 10-15 minutes, you should probably ask a few questions to the interviewer as well. That will give you a clarity why you should work or why you want to work in that company. So with this, we are going to go on our third point, that is prepare a few questions for the interviewer. So, what kind of questions you can ask the interviewer? It is not necessary all the time that you should ask the interviewer questions, but if you have so what kind of questions could it be? Say, for example, what are the current challenges faced by the company? How is the company's culture? Because you are going to work here, so you should know about it. What qualities you are looking for in a candidate? What are the immediate priorities in this position? Suppose, for example, if you are supposed to join the company tomorrow itself, what will be your immediate role or your immediate work to be done in the company? How is performance measured in this job? So these are certain questions you can ask to the interviewer. Now we are going to move ahead towards our fourth point. Present yourself professionally. This is equally important, that you should present yourself in such a way that they should get convinced to give you this job. So, what you can do for this? So, you should focus on details. For example, on clothing, wear clothes which will make you look more professional. Punctuality is very important. If your interview is, for example, online, you should already be ready with everything. You should log in 5 to 10 minutes before it. You should be ready with your mic, with your camera. Everything should be checked before one day to the interview. And if it is an offline interview, you should reach the place of the interview 10 to 15 minutes prior to your interview time. So this will create a good impression on the interviewer. Then, documents or materials. Make sure that you carry your resume or whatever essential document the position asks for. And you should also carry an extra copy of the same. Always carry a pen and a notebook, so that if you need to take notes anytime, anywhere, you can do so. So these are very small things, but these things create a huge impact during your interview. Now we are going to see the next point in this series, that is, participate in a mock interview. Now there are career coaches, professionals who can take your mock interview. Okay, anyone can actually take your mock interview as long as the questions are relevant to the job position you have applied for. Now, mock interview will help you in a certain way. Let's look at it. Mock interview will give you honest feedback. Whosoever will be taking your interview will tell you where you went right, what are the areas you need to focus on. Okay, it will improve your performance 100%. It will create the interview environment which will be helpful during your real interview. One more thing you should do, you must record the mock interview. What will happen? It will be easier for you to review your own interview. And when you are able to review your own interview, you definitely will be able to get the idea what are the areas, what are the questions which went wrong, which you need to improve on. Okay, so let us go on to our last point, sixth point, that is, show confidence in what you say and do. Pay attention to how you are presenting yourself. Whatever you do, whatever you say, if you are confident enough, 100% you are going to get the job. So, there are certain things like confidence is the key, as I already told you. Pay attention to your body language. See, if you are speaking something and your body is showing something, that shows lack of confidence. Tone of voice, of course, there should no your voice should be very you should not shiver in your voice. Share your experience and skills confidently. This will help you to create a good image in interviewer's mind. Now here, the mock interview which you have recorded can play a huge role. If you review your mock interview, you will be able to find whether you are confident enough, whether your speech was proper, whether you were sitting in a right position or not, whether your body language was showing confidence or not. So this is how all the six steps, they are connected to each other. If you follow all these six steps before you go for an interview, I am very sure that you are going to get the job. If not, then you will get good experience of giving a great or successful interview. So, if you find this video useful, then do like and share the video. Thank you so much.